Hello, everyone. This is Dr. John here for another episode of Through the Patterns with Dr. John. Now, today's episode, we're going to talk about pregnancy and adrenals, or pregnancy and beyond with adrenals. Now, if you've listened to Dr. Charlie, you've probably heard him talk about how babies are born with their full-size adrenals. So what we're going to talk about is almost like a cycle. So if the mother is pregnant and is either type A and feels like they have more energy during their pregnancy, more than likely they are feeding off the baby's adrenals. If they are having a hard time keeping their energy prior to the pregnancy and are able, even if it's a lower energy, but able to maintain it easier, there's a good chance they might be feeding off the baby's adrenals. So these are just certain things, and what does that really mean? So when the baby's born, they're more likely to be born with some adrenal fatigue, insufficiency, exhaustion of sorts. And how does that show up? So that shows up with more food sensitivities and all these different symptoms. I'm not going to say this is the only cause, but these are patterns to recognize, and we're going to take it in a little further. But so more food sensitivities, more environmental sensitivities, textural sensitivities, immune system issues, more likely to get sick, more likely to stay sick and have a harder time to get over it. They may have certain down the road hormonal imbalances, more likely. They may have some fatigue issues more than other kids. They may have some weight gain that's more than other kids. And if you can think about this, because first, it's not to, if you're the parent, not to blame you. And if you had parents that did this, it's not to blame them. It's about seeing an awareness of the pattern so that we can try to correct it. And so when a child grows up like this, also they start to think of themselves as a burden, as different. If they have other siblings that don't have the same issues, whether they are the sibling that's older, that the mother was more stressed out during that pregnancy or had a lot going on, but then regulated afterwards, and then the siblings didn't have this, or whether the mother had multiple pregnancies and by the end, like more and more drained by the end, and the younger one has more symptoms. But the child that has all these issues, like the burden, feeling less than, or why am I different, feeling like they are the troubled child, that has to have all this extra care, that always has these issues, and start to have some of these insecurity, self-esteem issues. And if the parents play into it, this is our sick child, or this is starting to encourage that label, that starts to affect them for the rest of their life. And as well as, again, it's from lack of knowledge, but the parents not taking responsibility for their play in these prolonged symptoms. So recognizing this, the other thing is, in certain ways, nutritional support is very beneficial. But at the same point, you can't always supplement your way out of adrenal insufficiency, adrenal exhaustion, adrenal fatigue, adrenal issues. It may improve the numbers, but if those numbers aren't able to hold, then they're not doing their job. Same thing, is like if you don't change certain lifestyles that are causing you or addressing the emotional stuff that's affecting your cortisol, you're not addressing the adrenal issues. And just supplementing is not enough. Just like for fungal issues and fungal infections, if you keep eating the foods that feed those fungal infections, you're not going to get that better. If you're not addressing the emotional stuff that's unresolved, if you're not addressing the lifestyle things that need to be addressed. Your cortisol is likely not going to change too much, and it's going to slowly decline even more, but the numbers will look good. And you're wondering, why am I not feeling better? So, hope that helps. If you have any questions or comments, please leave below. And hope everyone has a blessed day.